Hey, it's Mike with Holiday Rambler. Today we're going to take a look at the brand new 2022 Nautica 34RX. And now this is the time of year where all the new floor plans are rolling offline. So make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel and hit that bell notification button. That way you're notified every time we upload a new video. So here's the 34RX. This particular coach is the Santa Monica graphic. There is 3 other exterior graphics that are available, and that is Kitty Hawk, Cocoa Beach, and Destin. With all of those exterior graphics, you're going to get the double clear. That means we put 2 to 3 coats of clear on this. We sand it all down. We put 2 more coats of clear on it. And what that's doing is making your paint lines real smooth, eliminating the orange peel, giving you a smoother sidewall, as well as increasing the UV protection. That way, these colors are gonna look great for many years. So the Nautica is on a XCR chassis. That's a raised rail chassis by Freightliner. And it's got 340 horsepower Cummins diesel engine, and it's paired with the Allison transmission. And now on the raised rail chassis, what the benefit here is, if we look inside this compartment, you can see the 2 rails that are built above, and that gives us so much more storage space. Now, if this is a straight rail chassis, those would be lower and we'd have to build around them, and that eliminates some of the basement storage that you guys have available to you. So, great benefit of the XCR. The Nautica has the 275/80 22.5-inch aluminum AccuRide wheels. We have dual fuel fills on the Nautica, so we can fill up from either side. Our first compartment is all storage. We have FRP boards on the bottom. That's a fiberglass reinforced panels. Make sure your basements are looking good, easy to clean, and low maintenance. Now this compartment we just looked at, the Nautica rides on the Delta Foundation. With the Delta Foundation, that was engineered with strength in mind and storage. So with that strength, we're able to eliminate this center bar, which really opens up this storage spot. The basement right here measures at roughly 68 by 35 inches, and that's unobstructed. So you can put your large bulky items right inside this compartment. Right above that, we have our exterior entertainment system. We have an LED TV. This is on a swivel, so no matter where the sun's positioned, no matter where you're positioned underneath your large patio awning, you still have a great view of the TV. And we have our sound bar that's incorporated behind it. Really enhances the audio on the exterior of your unit. The next compartment is large storage area with our central vac system. The central vac system is an option on the Nautica. And moving back further, we have V-Ride. Pairing with Freightliner custom chassis, we get to take advantage of all their great components. One of those being V-Ride, and that is just not the V-shaped cross members on the rear end. That's actually a whole U-shaped cradle that's going to stable your unit. So you're going to eliminate all that shake when a semi passes by you on the interstate. You don't have to worry about feeling like you're going to get blown out of your lane. You're taking your turns going through the hills of Tennessee. It makes sure you got control of your unit. So when you make them curves, it feels like you're hugging the road, not drifting outside of it. Next compartment is electrical. So we have our 2000 watt pure sine wave inverter. We have our inverter disconnect switch, and all of our solar controls are in here as well. We have a 30 amp solar charger. That is an MPPT solar charger. And plus we have a digital readout with our 300 watt solar panel. The last compartment, we have some storage up here by our inverter. We have our reservoir for our 4-point hydraulic automatic leveling system, and all of our components to make sure that we meet emission standards. And now onto the rear of the coach. Right up top, we have a backup camera. That camera does have one-way audio. That way you can communicate with your spotter, and makes it a lot easier when you're backing into tight spots. Right underneath the rear hood here, we have our power steering fluid reservoir, engine dipstick, oil, our place to add engine oil. We got our transmission oil dipstick and the gauge, that way we can keep an eye on the life of our air filter. We have a 10,000 pound hitch on the Nautica, and plus a brand new feature that's going to come with all 2022 diesels is brake sync. So what brake sync is an air supply for your supplementary braking system. This is warranted and backed by Freightliner Custom Chassis. This isn't something we add, it's something they developed and they warranty and back as well. The great thing about brake sync, real quick, is it's a standalone system. So if you're driving down, let's say I-75, piece of metal flips up, cuts the brake line on your tow vehicle, that is completely separate from your primary braking of your motorhome. So you don't lose both braking systems. Where if you were to buy a third party and they tee into your brake line, now it ties those two together. So if one is damaged, they're both damaged. So that's a great feature on the brake sync. Moving over to the driver's side, our first compartment is our battery compartment. We have 4 house batteries right here. They're 6-volt batteries. They're wired in series and parallel. Really increases your battery bank. The silver canister right here is our air filter. Now when you go to change your air filter, you'll change that whole silver canister. You won't just change what's inside of it. The whole thing is replaceable. Right down here, if we look on the chassis rails, we can actually see the air supply for our brake sync. Right underneath that brake sync, there's a lanyard. So just like your air compressor at home or your ping tanks, you pull the lanyard, drain all the air out of it, lets the moisture out. There's a lanyard with your brake sync as well, and it's good to do that every once in a while to make sure there's no moisture collecting in the bottom. Next compartment, we have more batteries. The only difference are these are our starting batteries. So when you go to start your coach, this is where that power is coming from. Let's say your batteries are dead when you wake up in the morning, you're packing up to leave the campground. You can hit your auxiliary start switch that's located up on your dashboard, and that'll transfer the power from your house batteries into your starting batteries and make sure you don't get stranded somewhere. And if you needed to jump your batteries for some reason, right here's where you would do that. You wouldn't jump these because it's really not gonna help you start your unit. We have our DEF fluid that's using 2.5% roughly of the diesel that we're using. So for every 100 gallons of diesel you use, you're going to use about 2.5 gallons of diesel exhaust fluid. And we have our power cord reel in this compartment as well. Now that is manual out, and then it's power in. There's a cap right at the bottom to where you can run your power cord through, shut the cap, and we can shut our door and keep everything inside locked up. So that's a good feature to have. Moving up into our wash bay, a lot of stuff going on in the wash bay. We have our gravity fill for our water tank, paper towel holder. Here's a whole house filter for everything in our unit, and we recommend that be changed every 8,000 gallons. We have a 100 gallon freshwater tank. Right here's our drain for that. All exterior sensors. That's great because you're always gonna get a true reading. So when your black tank says you have the valve open for plenty of time and it still says you have 3/4 full, that's because debris is getting hung up on your sensors that are mounted on the inside. With Holiday Rambler, you're not gonna have to worry about that because all of our sensors are mounted on the exterior. We have our low point drains. So this is where you're gonna come to winterize your unit. You can flip these, help get everything out. We have our city water fill and our Santee flush. This is what's gonna help you clean out your black tank, which our black tanks clean out very well anyway because they're wedged. This is something that's unique to Holiday Rambler, is the wedged black tanks. Makes them very easy to drain and it keeps the sloshing minimal. We have an exterior shower, so all that camping gear, when you're packing up, it's ready to go home. It's a great spot to come, spray it off. And for convenience, we have our water pump switch located in here as well, so there's no need to go inside to turn on a water pump switch. And of course, we have our 110 hookups. Our knife valves are located under here. And again, we have the little opening that comes out, and then you can hook your hose up through the bottom, and we can keep this door locked as well. Now this is the compartment that goes with the other side, all pass-through storage, and we can opt in to have a 90-inch slide tray that can open up from either direction in this compartment if you choose. And the huge feature of the Nautica is the Aqua Hot 250D. Now this is our water heater, so we're going to get unlimited hot water supplied by the Aqua Hot, and plus it's going to control our interior heat. So the great thing about the Aqua Hot with the interior heat is it doesn't drain any moisture out of the air. It keeps all ambient humidity present, where typically a propane furnace is going to drain that humidity out. And speaking of propane, there's no propane on board with the Nautica. So that's one less tank you got to fill up whenever you go camping, and that's one less tank you got to worry about running out while you are camping. We have the other side for our fuel fill, and our front compartment, we do have some storage up here. We have our windshield wiper fluid, and then up top we have two air chucks. One is going to supply air to our tanks if we need to get air in an emergency, and the other one's going to provide air. So if you want to blow out your luggage compartments, fill up the kids' toys, or whatever else you may need air for, maybe get some air in your tires in an emergency, that's all available right there. Our mirrors are mounted high. They are electric, they are heated, and the camera is at the top of the mirror. We want to get that camera up high as possible because it's going to give you a better overhead view of what you have beside you. Plus, it's going to keep them up out of the splash zone. When they're located down here, it doesn't take long at all. They're fit with the road grime and you can't see out of them. Moving up to the front of the unit, got the large windshield, all fiberglass front cap. Right underneath here, we have a 6,000 watt generator, Cummins owned generator. And the whole front is protected with diamond shield. All right, now this unit's all closed up in travel mode right now. So let's look at the access we have to our important amenities. This particular unit does have the theater seating in it, which does take a little bit of room away from our access to the back, but everything is still very doable when you're traveling down the road. So we have access to our galley. We have plenty of room to get to our microwave, our sink. We have our pantry, just one of the two pantries right here that does have full access. And now with the Nautica, it's got all pocket doors in it. So we don't have to worry about a door opening up here, restricting our access. So we have full access to the bathroom right here. Plenty of room to get a beverage out. And we can still get to our second pantry with pull-out drawers. And we can get to our bedroom as well to take a nap. So everything is completely accessible with it closed up in travel mode. So as you can see, when it's all opened up in camping mode, there's still plenty of room inside this unit. And that's due to the large full slide that we put in on the passenger side here. And plus with the 34RX, we have a 100% flat floor, which is very unique in a diesel motorhome. Typically, we're going to have a step up right here where we have to get around our engine. But with that Delta foundation and that XCR chassis, we were able to overcome that and put everybody on the same plane. So this particular unit is the bourbon wood. And this is a brand new option for 2022. And we do have three other options as well. We still have the Whispering Wind. That's the wood toned with the gray accents in it. We have our Fossil cabinetry, which is the white painted cabinetry. And then brand new for 2022 as well, we introduced a new one called Summit Ash. So that's going to be a painted cabinetry as well. And it's more of a, it's white as well, but it's got a little gray tint to it. And plus in all of the crevices, it has a nice gray glazing on it. So looks really good, and I think it's going to be a big hit for 2022. So let's look at some of the features inside this motorhome, and we will start up at the dash. Starting up here in the cockpit, first on the left, we have a nice clean armrest. The little red switch is for our heated mirrors. And then we have our mirror controls on here as well. Good thing about Holiday Ramblers, we try to incorporate dual monitors everywhere. So the one on our left here is dedicated strictly to our cameras. So that's going to show the 2 side cameras that's integrated into our mirrors, and plus our rear backup camera. And the one on the right is our entertainment display, and that does have navigation on it as well. So the real benefit here is when we're in high congested, high traffic areas, we can see what is beside us, and we can see when our turn is coming up. If you're looking at another unit and there's only one monitor, well, at that crucial time, you have to make a decision on which one's important to you. With Holiday Rambler, you can see both of them all the time. Right up front, we have a complete digital dash that is from Freightliner Custom Chassis, and we can customize that to display the gauges that's important to you. We have our Mobileye right up top here. That's our display for it. Our sensor's under the shade. The camera doesn't like it when we have the shade all the way up, so we got that down right now. But the Mobileye is another great safety feature. What that's doing is it's going to give us lane departure. So anytime you cross your lane, you're going to get an audible alert saying you're outside of your lane, we need to start paying attention. It'll also give you an alert if you go a certain mile an hour over the speed limit, and that's dictated by you. So if you feel comfortable driving 10 mile an hour over the speed limit, so if it's a 60 mile an hour zone, if you want it to alert you when you're doing 70 mile an hour, you can program that in here and it will let you know that. It's going to help save some tickets on the long run. It also watches for pedestrians. So if it sees somebody walking out and it's projecting them to get into your path, you're going to get another alert, and it's going to display right here. And another big one is collision mitigation. So if you're approaching too close to a oncoming vehicle or a vehicle that's in front of you, it's going to give you an alert as well. And great thing about the Mobileye is it's all customizable, because if it's just going off all the time, it loses its value. So you can program it to where you feel comfortable driving, or you can shut it off. You can do whatever you want, but all those options are available for you. On to the right, we have a lot of our toggle switches here for our power front blinds. We have our auxiliary start. Remember we talked about in the back where if you needed to transfer the power from your house batteries into your chassis batteries, that's done right here. And now this switch you have to hold down. It doesn't lock in the on position. So when you need to use it, you have to hold it down, and when you're done, you release it. We have our generator start button here as well. And then we have our keyless entry. That's going to lock our entry door. Right up top's all of our comfort controls. And one feature I almost forgot is down here by our left knee, we have a control to lower and raise our unit. So if you hit this lower button, it's going to drop the air in our unit. It's going to get your steps closer to the ground. So whenever you're camping, I would keep that on lower. So that way the air's not in your bags and making getting in and out of your unit a lot easier. And on auto, it's going to do everything for you, but when you park, it will not drop the air. So if you do leave the campground, make sure that that's on auto, or it will not pump up your unit again. So that's a great feature, making access into our unit a lot better. And then moving up top, we have a sliding door. The sliding doors allow us to utilize these doors with the bunk bed up. And then inside here we have our satellite controls and our TV lockout. We have our LED TV, and that option does come with the drop down bunk. Moving over to the passenger side, in this cabinet we have another switch for our full slide. And now this switch has a key on it. So if your full slide's not working, first thing I would check is that this key is in the on position. We have a little on-off switch down below that, and that is for the lights that's above the drop-down bunk. And we have a Wi-Fi ranger, and now that Wi-Fi ranger is going to boost any signal from the campground. So if you get that campground that's secluded in the back corner, this is where that's going to come into play. It'll really boost the signal from the office, that way you can receive it at your campsite. And then right above the passenger seat, we have another area where we can control our slide-out box, our patio awning, and our entry awning. Right beside that, we have our controls for our 4-point automatic hydraulic leveling system. Right up above is our drop-down bed. Now this is a hide aloft drop down bed. It has a 500-pound capacity. So if the kids are up here romping around, you know they're not going to damage the system. This is on a key. You notice the lights came on automatically. So if this is not in use, you don't need the extra sleeping space. What you can do is put any valuables up there, run it up, take the key out, nobody has access to it. This drop down bed is very comfortable, and that's due to the thickness of the cabinet. And that is, you have your mattress, we have a piece of wood under there, and then we have teak slats that act as leaf springs, or like your residential box springs at your home. And very comfortable, looks great. We put the crown molding in it. We have 4 lights in there, which adds a ton of light up in the cockpit area. Moving into the living area of the unit. On the right here, we have our theater seating. This is an option. Standard's going to be a love seat with a pull-out bed. This one is, again, the theater seating. Lots of storage, and it is power, but our inverter disconnect switch must be off, so that is not working at the time. Right above it, we have a lot of storage, and they are all ozite lined, all European hidden hinges and metal hardware. In this compartment or cabinet right here, we have our HDMI matrix box. So what this is doing is making it convenient for all of your audio video, your, let's say, Blu-ray players, PlayStation, satellites, to be displayed on all of your TVs. So you can hook it up to this box, and then we have a control for every TV. So it's a main TV, bedroom TV, exterior TV, and supplement TV. So if you want it to display on the outside TV, your DVD, you just hit the button and toggle to where it says DVD. So one DVD player could be played on several different TVs. Now moving over to the dinette. This is a jackknifing dinette, which is nice. It does drop down for additional sleeping by pulling out here, sliding that all the way down, get it started, push down on the back, and then we have a cushion that goes right in here. And this does make for a decent sleeping area. It actually measures out at 81 inches. So well over 6 foot. Plenty of room for a guy like me to sleep in there. And then converts back up to a dinette very easy. Good thing about this dinette, if you noticed, is it comes with 4 seat belts. In the dinette, we have 2 seat belts in our theater seating, and plus 2 seat belts in the driver and passenger seat. So that's 8 seat belts within the 34RX. Plenty of room to keep everybody safe. Right beside the dinette, we have a large window. We have our color matching MCD shades down right now. And then we have a TV that's on a televator. So when you need the TV, it's available right there at a great angle for all your viewing. And plus, if you don't want it, you can run it down, open up the blinds, and have a great view outside your window as well. Right up above that, we have more storage. Again, all ozite lined, European hidden hinges, and we have our sound bar for our TV as well. Last thing in the living area we need to talk about is our accent wall. So we have a fireplace. This fireplace puts out 5,300 BTUs of heat, and it is electric. So where this is really beneficial is if we turn on the fireplace, puts out 5,300 BTUs, and plus we turn our Aqua Hot onto an electric burner. So that all that stuff the Aqua Hot does can be done off electric for light loads. So use the heater from there and from your fireplace, and you can heat this unit for free. You've already paid for the campsite, so we might as well use their electricity. Right up above it, we have some storage, and there's all accent lighting behind it. It looks really nice when the doors are closed and the accent lights shine through it. Moving back a little further, we have one of 2 pantries. So plenty of room for the snacks, and this is accessible with it closed up. And then our next pantry is over here. This one opens up, and we have all pull-out drawers on full extension drawer glides. They're 100-pound drawer glides. You're not going to put 100 pounds. Well, I hope you're not going to put 100 pounds in these drawers. But what that does is just ensure that they're always going to be operating smoothly. Into the Galley, nice solid surface Galley top. We take off our solid surface covers and we have a deep stainless steel farm sink. We have all chrome handles this year. Last year I don't believe they were chrome. This year we've changed them all to chrome. And we got the gooseneck style faucet. We have a 13 by 60 picture box window. Lets a ton of light in because this area is typically dark. So with that window, it really lets a lot of ambient light in, makes it look bigger and really clean. We have a dual burning convection induction. This is convection microwave. We have a dual burning induction cooktop and the stainless steel convection microwave. As far as storage in the kitchen, underneath the sink here, we have a huge storage area. We could go with a larger trash can if you choose to. And then plus we have 5 drawers here for all of our utensils and dish towels. And then a large one here. That's where we can get the Instapot stuck in there as well. Our refrigerator is stainless steel, and it is a Whirlpool stainless steel refrigerator, full residential. And directly across from that is the bathroom. So inside the bathroom, we have our medicine cabinet with dual doors on it. We have a Surfex countertop with a stainless steel sink. We have 3 drawers off to the side underneath it, and then a large one at the bottom. We have a porcelain toilet with a spray hose that's incorporated with it. And then on the shower, we have a 3-door glass sliding shower. And that really makes it easier to basically for our access. We have a fiberglass shower, chrome adjustable faucet, and then we have the skylight up above. So those taller folks have plenty of room to take a shower. And we have a bench that's built into the fiberglass shower as well. Moving back, now that centralized location that we just talked about up front is right here. This is our Precision Circuits Multiplex. Right here we can control all of our lights for the whole unit. We can check the levels of our tanks, our fresh, our black, our gray, and plus the level of our batteries. We can run all of our slide out boxes out from right here. All of our patio awnings, our entry awnings. We can start our generator from here, and we can program our auto gen start functions, parameters, if you would. So the auto gen start is going to start from voltage or temperature. Both are great features. So the voltage one, if your batteries get below, let's say 11.9 volts, which I believe is about 50% on a battery, then it'll automatically kick your generator on and charge your batteries up. Great feature. Batteries are not cheap, and one of the #1 ways to deplete the lifespan on those batteries is to leave the charge depleted on them. So with the auto gen start, you're not going to have to worry about that, and you can program that charging level at whatever you choose to. And then the next one's going to be temperature. So if you're headed out for the day running errands, you have pets that you cannot take with you and they need to stay in your unit, you can set the temperature to 70, 72 degrees, whatever you think your pets would enjoy the most. And then as soon as your unit goes above that temperature, it's going to kick your AC or your generator on and kick your ACs on, and it's going to cool your unit down. Big benefit there. 1, you're not using all the diesel that you paid for. 2 is you're not adding all the hours up on your generator. So when you get back, you have 30, 40 minutes on your generator, where the alternative would be 8 hours if you were gone for most of the day. So that all can be controlled right here at our Precision Circuits Multiplex. All of our water pump, our Aqua Hot controls, entry step locks, all was done right here. All of our HVAC controls right here as well. And then all of our ceiling vent fans, the covers, the fans, they all can be adjusted from right here. And the good thing about it is, not only can we control it here, we can control it from our smart device too. So if you have an iPad or let's say a smartphone, which I think we all do right now, so that all can be controlled from that as well. Moving back into the bedroom, Starting on the wardrobe side of it, we have storage up top. We have our LED TV and a nice prep area right here with storage on the side. Underneath it, we have 3 drawers on each side. We got the his and hers, and we do have them separated by a nice area in the middle, large storage area. Right here is a stackable washer and dryer. That's a great feature to have. Now you can wash your clothes and dry them at the same time. You can spend more time enjoying camping and not doing laundry. And we have a large rear hanging wardrobe and a little shoe rack built in that as well. Moving over to the bedside, we have a king articulating bed, so we can set up in the morning and have a cup of coffee, watch some TV, you know, get woken up before we start our day. And we do have USB and 110 plugs on each side. That way we can keep our smart devices charged up. We have storage up above. And this middle compartment is kind of neat. You open it up, the lights are on automatically. There's 110 hookups inside. It's prepped for a CPAP. And now underneath it, we have a hole routed in the back. So now all of our CPAP machinery can be hidden behind the cabinets, but yet still fully functional because the hoses are routed in through the bottom. A couple other neat things up here. We have individual reading lights, and then we have a toggle switch here, and that is for our camera selection. And what that is a part of our safety view. That comes with the safety package. And what it's doing is it's displaying all the cameras on the exterior of our unit, so our backup camera, and then those 2 cameras that we have mounted in our side view camera or mirrors. And so if you hear a bump in the night, you don't want to go check it out, you can just simply hit this button and it's going to display all of those cameras on your bedroom TV. And we do have that same option up front by the theater seating, and it's going to display it on your main TV as well. So very neat safety feature to have. So that basically wraps up the walk around of the Nautica 34RX. And if you like this particular unit, this is the bourbon wood paired with the canvas interior decor. And now again, this is the beginning of model year 2022 floor plans coming off the line. So make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel. If you found this video useful, hit the thumbs up button and hit that bell notification. That way you're notified every time we upload a new floor plan. You can stay up to date on the latest changes and the new colors and decors for model year 2022. Thank you.